I'm back here at the Davy Crockett Museum in Lawrenceburg, Tennessee, and I'm not going to go inside the museum today. I was in there yesterday. I have to still upload the video from it, but there was a section I was wanting to get. Now let me read this. This is the duties of the colonel of any militia regiment, according to the state militia laws, was to make sure the battalion was properly drilled, equipped, and organized in the unlikely case it was called into action. Although Colonel Crockett was responsible for maintaining the regiment and keeping its records, we have very little idea how this business was actually conducted. Just the same, the illustrious colonel from the Cane would proudly carry his militia title throughout his remaining years. But this is a map I was wanting to get of certain events in Tennessee. The Natchez Trace connected the Mississippi and Cumberland rivers. Davy Crockett's first rifle he named Old Betsy. In the 49 years that David Crockett called Tennessee his home, he migrated from one end of the volunteer state to the other, from his birthplace near Limestone on the banks of the Nollichucky River, to his last home in present-day Rutherford, Gibson County. The Crockett story weaves and twists across East, Middle, and West Tennessee for 5 decades. In November of 1835, he exited his native home for Texas and eventually martyrdom at the Alamo. This is where he began his career in politics and elected colonel of militia in 1818. Eyewitnesses say David Crockett played the fiddle at the Alamo during the siege. Crockett's mill, the mill was destroyed by a flood in 1821, forcing David and his family to move to the Obion River country. Obion. Gone to Texas in 1835. David Crockett, a Tennessee legacy. And so here was another one, the summary of life of David Crockett. I'm going to get this out just a little bit to read these. Later on, I can read this, pause it, and read it. Here's the replica of his mill. And so this is the David Crockett Museum. I went through it rather hurriedly the other day. I'm not going to go back in it because it is starting to rain. I'm going to get back on the Trail of Tears. Try to make it to a gas station for supper. We was over there yesterday with Brother Bobby. Brother Bobby was a tremendous blessing. We had a great time visiting with people and praying with people, and I am excited to see what the Lord is going to do on this trail for the gospel, for His glory, for the kingdom of God. And so I have my backpack on, have a tarp now, and have the shirt on that I got from the Mount Moriah Cumberland Presbyterian Church where Joseph Brown preached. And Joseph Brown was a colonel also under Andrew Jackson. He probably knew Davy Crockett. They probably knew each other, maybe, perhaps. In that cemetery that over by Mount Moriah Cumberland Church, there was some Revolutionary War veterans buried there, and one of them was in, I forget what battle, with George Washington. So we're able to see his grave. Here's the back, that's the museum. But so I'm going to make it up to this gas station. This is a trail cutting across this hill back to the Trail of Tears.